couple weeks, you'll get to see him around too. So you guys are all fourth graders at one point. You probably don't remember it that much, but they are going to be really excited to have you guys. I think the biggest thing that I would say, a couple things. Well, first of all, I brought a couple of handouts so you guys can see like a sample of maybe a design challenge that I would put for fourth graders. So kind of think about, the biggest thing is thinking about the language that you use. You start throwing around jargon, they're going to have no idea what you're talking about. So you have to think about, what's a 9-year-old going to understand? Okay, what's a 9-year-old? And so you're going to have to take those, whatever concept that you're trying to present to them, goal that you're trying to get them to reach, you're going to have to make sure that you kind of tone it into a way that kids are going to, these 9-year-old kids are going to know what the heck you're talking about. So another couple things I would say is just, you guys are all being very attentive and listening right now. They will not. They will be excited that you're here, and they'll probably pay attention more to you than they do to me, because you're a new face and you're young adults, and so they'll be excited about that. But at the same time, you're gonna, you're gonna have to repeat and rephrase and repeat again. And you're gonna have to wait for them, and okay, what did I say? And so just encourage you guys to keep doing, kind of using some of those things. Go slow to go fast. So if you go real quick and say, okay, I'm gonna say, now go do it, they're gonna be like, whoa, that was too quick. What do you mean? Give lots of examples. You might have to kind of, like I said, rephrase things. That's pretty much it. Just chunk things small. If you give a lot of directions all at once, hey, first you're gonna do this, second, third, fourth, fifth, they've lost you after number 2. My high gifted kids, they may remember 3. But besides that, so whether it's, hey, we're gonna do this first, and let's all do that, and then now we'll come back together, and now let's do this. It'll go much smoother, because if you just give them a bunch of directions, they're not gonna be able to work with that. And the other thing too is, I don't know if you remember this, but 9th grade, when you were 9 years old, you guys were just 9th grade. When you were 9 years old, making inferences and connecting this stuff to real world things was brand new to you. So as they're brand new 4th graders, they're basically 3rd graders, to be able to make deep inferences of how they would use this in the real world, you're gonna have to kind of give them a little nudge or push or help them kind of figure that out. Because otherwise they won't be able to make those big jumps. You guys are much more used to that, to thinking inferentially, but they'll need a little bit more help with that. So, does that make sense? Cool. Okay. So I brought some of this. And I can just leave this with you. But I just brought like a sample of kind of a design challenge that we made yesterday. We haven't done it yet, so it may be a total flop. But this is something I would expect them to be pretty successful at. And I think when you guys go through it, or you can take a look at it, you'll notice that there is a lot of like step-by-step thing. Now there isn't one answer to every step, but there is a lot of step-by-step things kind of to chunk it and break it down for them. So, but what questions do you guys have? Anything that you're wondering? Yeah?
What allergies do you guys have?
Allergies? Well, we have a few allergies. There's not a lot of allergies, but I know we have some peanut allergies and things like that, but I don't think we have any latex allergies this year. I can look into that a little bit more. So, did you have something specific in mind you were thinking?
Well, we thought about bringing in like a candy, but we wanted to make sure it wasn't like...
Oh yeah. As long as it doesn't have peanuts in it, like if you want to bring M&Ms, which is usually made in a peanut factory, I think you can do that, regular M&Ms, but just make sure they're not. Obviously.
Is candy allowed? Is that okay if they want?
Fine,
okay.
Yeah. Probably discourage gum. That's kind of a building line. That's not my call. I'm okay with gum, but building line things. So yeah, they'll love you if you bring them candy. I'm super excited.
It's sugar-based candy.
Yeah.
Sweet tarts are those we find.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
Are there sinks in your guys' classroom?
I have one sink in the classroom. Yeah, one sink. So we can get water there. We can clean things in there.
Does every classroom have a sink?
Every classroom has a sink.
Okay, because each one of these groups that they're sitting in is going to go. So
Perfect.
So-
you'll each be a-
Yeah, so like one will be one fourth grade classroom and then another, so you'll have just one of these.
perfect.
So you have 5 to 6 students in there.
That sounds awesome.
Perfect.
We have about, how many students? 20 to 22 kids, I think. So they're not huge, but they're not small.
Does that go for each one of them?
And that's pretty consistent.
Okay.
For one, I think is down to 18. We had a couple
There's 18 and there's like 20.
of them ratios. Yeah.
Okay.
20, yeah, 18 to 23. So as you're thinking about spacing, and my room will be a lot smaller than the rooms you're used to, also. But we can definitely move things and use. I mean, if we need to use the hallway, we can do that. If we need to, we can make whatever you guys are doing work. So,
Could we go outside, like to the playground?
absolutely. I mean, assuming the weather's good. Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a little bit trickier. Not too much. We'll just have to let the office know because there are. And you know what I would think about too is the timing of it. Because you guys are going to come from, I think, like 11 to noon. There probably will be somebody out at recess besides us at that time. So that may be a little tricky, but there are spaces outside in the grass that we can use that will not have kids on. My room's like on the end of the building, so we can literally just go out that. But if you need like a hard surface blacktop area, just let me know. We can make that work. I can always close off part of the parking lot. I've done that before, so that we can use that. So. Anything else? Well, if you guys have questions or you have ideas, or you can email me. You're just aehudson@mabsd.us. You guys can email me directly or run it through Mrs. Young, and we can figure that out as you guys are continuing to come in it. And I'm just to say thank you for being willing to do this and come. Like, it feels like yesterday to me that some of you were in my class. And just thinking about it, you guys are doing this, like this is different. What you guys are doing here is different than the way I taught science a few years ago. This is different than how I taught some of you guys science. And so, I mean, I know it sounds really cliche, but you're investing in, not just these future kids who are going to come here, but it won't be that much longer until some of these kids are fully grown up and they're your co-workers. They're in the same think tanks that you guys are working in, creative and innovative that you guys are participating in. Those are, people that are going to grow up and you're going to work alongside. So, thank you for being willing to do it and invest in it. So, cool.